cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, Comedian 96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Minders Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. If you're on Twitter, follow us at 52 Scott Podcast and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. What's up, good people? Today's topic, man, this is going to be a good one. I looked up some countries that would would actually pay you to actually move there. And I don't know why I looked it up, but I was like, you know what, that'd be awesome if I wanted to, if anybody, not just me, anybody wants to start their own business, they want to just change the scenery, and then they will pay you to move there. So I have about 5 countries that I'm going to name off for anybody that, any of you listeners that might be interested, because some of these countries, I'm going to be honest, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I picked this topic is because I was in the military, as you probably already know, and one country that we used to visit often and we couldn't wait was Australia, Sydney, Australia. And we used to pull into port. So if you don't know, I was on an aircraft carrier, and when we pulled into port, we would stand in parade press, and we would be in our dress whites as we pulling in, and we're looking on the pier, and you would see a lot of people just lined up, just out there, just watching our boat, because we were on an aircraft carrier. So when we got off the boat, as we're leaving, there's a lot of, they're black, but they call them Aborigine. And a lot of them needed haircuts. And they would say, hey, guy, you cut hair? Hey, you cut hair? And on the boats, they were called SHs. Those are the guys, they were the servicemen. They were the ones that cut hair. So they would just ask you randomly. And it just came to my head. I was like, man, if I moved here, they would pay $50. This was back in the 90s. They would pay $50 for a haircut. And I'm thinking to myself, man, if I come out here just to cut hair and they're waiting out here and all these people are waiting, and I had my own shop, I could make a killing. So this is the reason I came up with this topic, because I'm just using haircuts as one, but it could be anything from a barbecue stand to a taco stand, a Mexican restaurant.
So was Australia one of those countries?
Australia was not, but I'll get close. Oh. Let's start with the number one. And it's in Greece. Greece is all right. Greece is a nice area. I have a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I got family that just went to Greece. I got somebody that's over there now, matter of fact. They over there visiting on vacation. But this country, I don't want to pronounce the city, because it's more like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious type long. And I'll get it wrong.
A city?
And that would be embarrassing. So it's Antikythera. Forget it. Yeah. Antikythera, Greece.
MOUSC.
Yes. Right? Mickey Mouse. Okay, never. So this country, no, seriously, on a serious note, you will receive a house. Let's go with this again. You will receive a house and a piece of land, as well as 500 euros a month, which is about $590 of US dollars. So you're going to get a house, a piece of land, and euros for the first 3 years, right? You keep your house, the $590, that stops after 3 years, but you keep the house and your land. So these are places that they're trying to build a population, and I'm looking at the different things that could make you money.
You say that equates to like $590 a month.
Yeah, U.S. dollars.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot, but they giving me a land and a house. That's a lot. You gave me land and a house.
True.
Do you know how? Never mind. Can't be talking. You give me a land and a house and $590 a month.
Yeah, but now you got upkeep. You know, and that $590
And
eating and boy.
and isn't weed legal in Greece?
I don't know.
Well, I know.
Now, let me ask you. They're giving you a land in the house, and to me, based upon your emphasis on that,
Yes.
that sounds like that's really high up on your list of why you're moving there, because they're giving you that land and that house. So with that being said, let's say this place that you're moving to in Greece, the land that they're giving you is only the land that the house sits on, and the house itself is in Third Ward. So, and for those of our listeners, Third Ward is the ghetto part of Houston, Texas. And it's a shotgun house. For those of you listeners out there that don't know what a shotgun house
like
is,
a row house.
It's like a house that sits on bricks. It's really small. You look through the front door, and you can see
right
through
out
the
the
back
back.
door. So, what if this land and this house that they're giving you is equivalent to those a shotgun house? Because it sounds to me, because you sound excited about a land and a house, sounds to me you're thinking of the house being in River Oaks and looking like one of those houses. And for those listeners, River Oaks is a rich part of Houston. So what if that house was a shotgun house and you're getting your $500 a month?
So whenever something is given to me, even gum, it doesn't matter what it is, it's used. So I don't expect to just come out there and they just got a mansion just waiting on me, and it's gonna be and the heaven's gate's gonna open. No, I expect a half a piece of house. But when you include land, which entails I get to build. So the key word in there is giving. You're giving me free. I can't complain about what they give me. If
So-
they giving me land enough to build,
So you get.
onto
So
it?
you're saying you get the bill, but they only paying you $500 a month.
they're paying me $500 a month. But the purpose of moving there, see, this is the second half. This was what makes it interesting. We're in Greece, right? I'm pretty sure they don't have a Mexican restaurant out there. I'm pretty sure they don't have no Texas barbecue person out there. Bringing something that no one has and then selling it, and you're the only one doing it, would make your business succeed immediately.
Okay.
That's the purpose of moving to another country, because I want to go somewhere else where ain't nobody else doing nothing, and that's why I brought up the haircuts. Because if they had no people cutting hair then, they had no people doing barbecue in Greece. Now, I that's a chance I'd be willing to take.
Let me take it deeper then.
Okay.
So, think about the money that's in your bank account right now. Don't say it out loud.
Okay.
Think about the money that's in your bank account right now.
All right.
Thinking about who you are right now on this podcast and where you stand financially.
Okay.
Can you start a business in Greece? Keep it a buck. Can you start a business in Greece? And with these ideas that you have, you can start those same businesses here in the U.S. Why haven't you?
But no, there's competition in barbecue in the U.S., especially in Texas and Memphis, Tennessee, and areas. And
Have you been to
Right.
Greece? Have you been to Greece?
I have been to Greece. Yes.
Okay, so
there's not a Burns barbecue.
have
out
you
there.
been to that particular city that you
There's no
can't
city.
pronounce?
Not
in
to that.
Greece?
No, I haven't been to
Okay,
that.
so
particular-
how do you know? How do you know?
chances are, if the main city's in Greece, what was it?
No, we're talking about that city.
I can't answer that. But all I'm telling you is I have not been to that city, I get where you're going.
And you couldn't find no
But the
barbecue.
chances are, the city in Greece that I was, there was no. Now they did have Mexican.
So let me ask.
So-
Okay, so let me go deeper. This barbecue, we're gonna stick with that.
We're gonna still use barbecue.
Okay,
We say
we're
Mexican
gonna-
food. We just eat.
yeah. We're gonna start. We're gonna stick with barbecue. So they don't have a good barbecue in this city, right?
Right.
Now, with the money.
Oh,
that's
barbecue. Period.
Okay, period.
Right.
With the money that's in your bank account,
Right.
and right now you up and leave. Are you trying to open a restaurant? Are you selling this barbecue at your front yard, backyard? Where are you selling this barbecue?
Well, barbecue was an example.
No,
right?
but we got to talk
But,
about
but. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. We're gonna talk about it. But barbecue is an example. I wouldn't open because I'm not a good barbecue cook. Let's get that straight. This is Community 96. All right. I wouldn't, but I know it would succeed if someone.
What we're talking about you.
Okay.
What would you do?
What would I do?
What would you do? What would you open? What would you do?
Okay, so $590, right? I would get $590 a month, right?
No, and the money
and
that
then
you
my
got in your
money in
bank
my
account
account,
right
in my
now.
bank account. Okay, this is what I would do.
What would you open?
First I would see how big the land is they giving me, because I would rather do it on my, in my area.
Okay,
like
so they're giving you 1 acre.
1 acre, and I could put a house. I would start out, because no one knows who I am. I would try to get a roach coach. You know the
A
traveler-
food truck.
the food truck.
Okay,
yeah.
so okay. Now
And
you
then I
got
would-
you got to go out and purchase this food truck.
Okay.
So that tells me that
My account, I can do.
yeah. You can purchase this food truck, right?
Right.
Now, I said, what business would you start? And you said you don't know how to barbecue.
Well, you asked me. I told you I wouldn't do
Okay,
barbecue.
tell me what you would do. That's why I asked you,
Well,
what would you do?
I don't. It depends on the city. Okay,
No,
I
what
would
would
use.
you do?
I would. Okay, let's take Greece. Okay,
No, we're talking about Greece.
we gonna talk about me. Right.
Yeah, but
exactly.
you're moving to Greece.
But I have to say, listen. Hear me out. Hear my scenario out. Then you'll understand where I'm going with it. I've been all over Australia. I've been to Sydney, Perth, Darwin. I've been everywhere. Right. So let's imagine Greece is Australia, and then throw me in that scenario with the barbecue.
Okay, so
So let's say it's Australia instead of Greece.
Okay, so let's say it's Australia
Right.
instead of Greece.
Right. Now let's talk. I'll tell
okay,
the story.
Okay, no,
And I'll use barbecue.
no.
Okay.
We're using barbecue.
Right.
Australia. They're giving you an acre of land, and they're giving you a shotgun house like in Third Ward.
Yes.
Okay, and you're getting $500 a month.
Right.
Okay, now I want to know from you, what would you do to start your business?
Now that scenario will be totally different. Since I know Australian and Australian people, I would then get a restaurant. I wouldn't get, and I know that there's no barbecue restaurants.
And so
over there.
I'm assuming that you.
I would get a
okay,
restaurant,
I'm
right.
assuming that you have enough in your bank account to open up a restaurant.
And that's when loans and grants
No,
and stuff
no.
like that come into play.
So
I mean, I got
so,
enough.
Okay,
to
so
probably get the
we're talking.
service, the equipment, and but probably not to get the restaurant. and all
Okay,
that else.
okay, so
You know what I mean?
so you're moving there, right?
Right.
And so that tells me you're saying that's where loans and grants come into play. So you think that their criteria for getting a loan or a grant is the same as the U.S.?
No, I don't. However, I would have investigated and seen out what I need to do in order to get those grants. I would have already.
Okay, now
I would have already. I would have already got that squared away before I moved.
You do know that Aborigines in Australia were kind of like outcasts, right?
They're not outcasts. I don't know why people saying that. The girl that I met.
You know that I also visited Australia.
I visited several times, but they don't call them outcasts. They just said
They mistreat them.
Yeah, that I know.
So wait, okay,
you're
okay.
Right, you're
so
right.
so that's why I use outcasts. So they mistreat them, right?
That's
so
true, yes.
who do you look more like? Do you look more like an Aborigine, or do you look more like the regular
the
Australian?
U.S. But
No, do you look more like an Aborigine,
Aborigine,
or do you look like
I
you're?
look like an Aborigine.
So if they're mistreated, how do you think you'll be treated?
I wasn't mistreated when I was in Australia.
It's because they knew you were a U.S. citizen and a sailor, and so they were wanting to be around you and possibly do whatever. But you're living there now.
Right.
You're not a U.S. citizen. You're not a sailor.
Correct.
You're not coming over on a ship.
Right.
So, how would if the Aborigines are mistreated, how do you think they'll treat you?
Okay, so
I thought they loved the brothers in Australia.
thank you. Thank you.
I thought they did.
I got somebody living in Australia right now. I got a friend of mine living in Australia right now.
Okay, so
I ain't never been though, but
as a whole,
I just heard.
Boy, I have.
as a
I've
whole,
been 3 times.
as a whole, do you think the brothers in Australia are treated like they treat us in the U.S.?
That's bad because I met 2 women here. They both were married.
We're not talking about on a relationship level. We're talking
Right.
about. We're talking.
No,
about
I'm not.
you as a citizen.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Both of them were married, but they were really nice, like the Australian women that I met in Australia. It was no different. It was no. I've only met 2 women here, but there was no difference. They were all nice over there and over here. So the way that they just treat us is just different. I mean, there was no drop off. It really wasn't. It was no drop off. The 2 that I met here and the ones that I met in Australia.
So how do you think they treat black men here in the U.S. then? How are you treated here?
Terribly.
So you think that they treat you better in Australia?
Okay, so one thing you forgot to take into play. I'm not just gonna pop up and just move and pack my bags. I'm gonna be the scout.
They're paying you.
Listen,
Move there.
right.
Move
But
there.
before I move, I'm gonna scout. I'm just gonna pop up and just say, "Oh, I see Greece." I'm gonna pop.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
said
scout.
you said let's use
Right, but-
Australia. Hold on. You said let's use Australia as an example. So if we're using Australia as an example,
Then
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you did do your research.
Right.
So you're going to Australia.
Right.
So that's why you wanted to use Australia, because that's somewhere
I
that you
would
want-
move,
Okay,
yes.
so what you're talking about now, that doesn't that
Okay,
doesn't-
you're right.
that-
You're right.
that's
You
not
got
there.
a point. Got a point.
So you're moving to Australia. Now, with the money you have in your bank account, and you're gonna get you a food truck. Now let's.
Now I'm not gonna do a fruit truck when I go to Australia. I'm
No,
gonna
you
get a
said-
restaurant.
you said-
I said I
okay,
changed it. I said
okay.
if I'm going to Australia, I'm gonna get a restaurant. I ain't getting no food truck.
Okay, so you're going to Australia.
Yeah.
You're going to Australia with the money that's in your bank account,
Uh-huh.
and you plan on trying to get a loan over there from them
Okay.
in Australia,
All right.
and you gonna sell some barbecue in Australia.
All right, let's change cities. Let's change cities. How about this? How about this one, okay? Let's go to Denmark. No, let's not do Denmark.
Man, they even have the United States on that list, man.
No, let's do Switzerland. All right? Switzerland, they will pay you $25,000 to move there. New residents are eligible for grants. So if Switzerland's eligible, I'm pretty sure Australia, along with an additional $10,000 for their children. Now, brown cow, let's see how. This thing just said it was eligible, so just throw this situation
So
in
how
in
long-
Australia. Now I'm eligible for grants.
How long is this one?
Huh?
How long is it? They pay you this? How long?
They don't get you one lump sum of $25,000. But the catch is you have to. You gotta be under the age of 45 and maintain a residency of 10 years. That's the catch.
Wait a minute, so you gotta move there for 10 years.
Yeah, for $25,000.
10 years.
Nah,
But you get grants.
For $25,000.
bruh.
Nah, you there too long, man.
That's locked up.
That's too long,
That's
man.
less than jail. That's $60 a day. No.
Yeah.
10 years,
no.
20,000.
See,
My
that grant
bad.
got you excited on that one.
Huh?
The grant
The
got
grant
you.
is the grant. That's the purpose. That was the purpose of me talking about that.
so-
the grant.
Yeah,
That's
but-
what, because I gotta make him
You had-
understand that every country is different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying grants are offered, But I had to switch to another country because you had got me on the other one, so I had to one up your ass. So
How did you do that?
So now you would move to
I
Switzerland.
did. I got the grant. I just got it, and I got a grant for my children.
But
so
you
I
getting
one up your ass.
$25,000. You getting $25,000 to live 10 years here.
No, you got me. I ain't doing that.
So,
I'm sorry.
well,
that's
look.
like being in jail.
See, each country
I mean,
got.
let me show you something, too.
It's like you got me trapped. I'm under contract.
But look,
to me, being under contract is like being it's like being locked up.
But let me show you something.
Can't.
You live right here in America, and they don't give you nothing to live here.
Yeah, but I can leave whenever I want to. But that $25,000, I gotta stay after I done spunt it. Boy, I've been spun that in 10 days.
But is that just one time?
Huh?
$25,000.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
So everything else is on you.
You out of there? Yeah. You got good luck.
And the purpose, you said, for these countries offering these type of crazy contracts, I guess you could call them.
Well, the purpose is I was looking at it. If people might want to change the scenery. You know what I'm saying? And they may be down on their luck. You just never know, man. You never know who you might
ain't
touch.
Working for me in the United States, man. I fucked that. I'm finna go to Switzerland.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. I like making money. So if I can move to a country where I'm the only one, say I move to a country and I'm selling thumbtacks. If I'm the only one selling thumbtacks and no one else have it, I mean I'm finna get paid, right? And everybody needs thumbtacks. Not need or want it. They probably want them. They want the colorful ones, whatever. Right. I'm just using an example. If you have a business that there's really no competition in what you do and it's a necessity, why wouldn't you want to look into?
Here's something that I think that is valuable to me. It may not be valuable to you, but the culture. So I'm not trying to move nowhere that I can't experience my culture. So let's say you're able to get this wherever you want to move, wherever.
Right.
Whatever business you want to start, the restaurant, barbecue, whatever. What if they're not feeling your culture, your food? You're basing this based upon your taste buds, what you like.
That's where the scouting comes in.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, what I'm saying. And you're basing this based upon your culture. What if they're not feeling your culture? And you say, well, that's where the scouting comes in, and that's what. Well, no, man. You know how much research you would actually have to do when you do that, and then that doesn't speak for every person in that country.
Right.
You don't know what location you're really truly moving into and what this village is like or whatever you're moving. So you're not factoring in culturally.
Right. Okay.
And so you may be looking at the dollar, and I think that's not enough for me to
damn sure not enough for me to
sell
move,
myself
bro.
like that,
Yeah.
and not, I'm not doing that. But hey, to each his own.
Right.
But you're not factoring in the culture, man, and I can't get down with. I gotta see my people, man.
But and that's the purpose of scouting. I'm just gonna run over there and I'm gonna go fly over there 5, 6, 7 times, see if they like my barbecue, see or whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm selling. I want to see if it's gonna be profitable. I'm not just gonna make a ill-advised decision just because somebody's offering money. I would have to scout first. And with that being said, as I'm closing today, I want to say that everybody takes chances in life, all right? Whether, some good, some bad. But if you are looking for a change of scenery, you can look these items up online and look these places up. And they do. They have some enticing things that they offer. Some of the people on the panel, they look at, what if this didn't work, what if that won't work? But I'm a very optimistic person. I look at what if it does work. With that being said, this is Comedian 96. This concludes our show for today, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast Also, IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday. See you all soon.